Welcome, everyone, to the Indie Experience Podcast. This is episode number 4. And I know last week was country, but this week we're going to give you music that I have written myself and made a song out of it through an AI app. And these songs in the playlist coincide with a story I wrote called The Serial Artist. And so you're going to hear a country song, a pop song, an R&B song, a rap song, and a gospel song. And then the sixth song after those 5 songs ties all those songs together. And then I got a bonus song. And it's a children's song I came up with called ABC 123 Sing With Me. But we're going to start off after this commercials with the country song by an artist named Dustin Clark, and the song is called Whiskey and Wisdom.
All right, y'all. This is Road to Stardom. Indie Experience. We'll be back after these words for the Nighthawk Network. You know the motto. Nighthawk Network, our voices for our people.
Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a bag. Get a bag, yeah, I'ma get a bag. Long as I wake up in the morning, I'ma get a
The following program is a Nighthawk Network presentation.
And we are back, and we're in the segment called The Playlist. And the first song from the playlist is a country song called Whiskey and Wisdom by Dustin Clark. Okay. We'll have this song on shortly, y'all. All right, y'all. That was the country song "Whiskey and Wisdom" by Dustin Clark. And I know y'all thinking like, okay, country. You wrote country? Yes, I came up with a country song, and it goes with the story called "Serial Artist." And the next artist we're going to get into also is featured in this story as well. Is a pop artist by the name of David Lazer, and his song is called "Electric Heartbeat." So, while we wait for the song, Electric Heartbeat by David Lazer, all these artists that you're going to hear, all these five artists that you're going to hear in the playlist, besides, or six artists besides the seventh one, is all part of a story called Serial Artist. right. All right, child. I was David Laser, Electric Heartbeat. Next song we're gonna get into is R&B, and it's by an artist by the name of the Crooner, and his song is called Midnight Confessions. Yes, all these artists have a connection, and I will tell you after the sixth song. Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. Start to speak, change my mind. Start again, laugh, bite back the cry. Lip your hand in mine, let go, take it back. Trace through night on your shoulder, waiting for the break. Stay here, here, slowly wanting your eyes on me. More than words could carry. Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. From the heart. Even when silence is simple, I still fall apart. Fall apart. When the truth wants to start. Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. Tell me nothing, tell me all. Every silence, another fall. Without sound, we confess it all. Battery low. Please charge now. Won't you speak? Won't you stay here where we had to take? Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. From the heart. Even when silence is simple, I still fall apart. Fall apart. Let the silence start. Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. Still here, still trembling. And that was the crooner right there with
All right.
Midnight
All
Confessions.
right, Ro, before you go on, I'm having a technical issue on here with the songs. That's why we having this problem. I could resolve it, but I'm gonna need a few minutes. So if you just kind of talk it out till we get to the mother couple songs,
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain the artist to the
okay,
people.
yeah. So give me
That's
a
what
couple
I'm
minutes.
gonna do.
All right.
Before we get to the next artist, which is the hip hop artist, I'm gonna explain the five artists to you. First artist was Dustin Clark, that's country, in the genre of country. Second was David Laser in the genre of pop. The one we just heard was Midnight Confessions by the crooner, that was R&B. The next one we're going to get into is a hip hop artist named Lyrical Beast. And then the fifth song is going to be a gospel song by the artist called The Disciple. Now, all these songs are by me, written by me, but they're not sung by me. And these songs coincide with a story I wrote called The Serial Artist. And so if there's any artists in this room listening, you should go check out that story. And the reason, this is how the story came about. The story came about because, I see a lot of artists complaining about their deals they got with labels. Or not really complaining, but some, saying how it's hard being an artist. I said, why not come up with a story about an artist? And I thought of the serial artist. It's one person who is five different artists. He's an artist himself, but in this story he is five different artists. So he's the country artist, he's the pop artist, the R&B artist, the rapper, and the gospel artist. It's all wrapped up in this one person, right? And I wrote the story about it because a lot of artists get pigeonholed into one genre when they are free spirits and they are more than one genre. And a lot of labels like to pigeonhole them into being just one genre. Oh, you R&B, so stick to just doing R&B. Look at Beyonce. Beyonce showed and proved that you don't have to stick to just one genre. Beyonce showed us that. You don't have to stick to one genre. She put out Renaissance, which was like an ode to like dance music. I won't say house, but ode to dance music. And then she put out Cowboy Carter, a country album. And a lot of artists who look for record deals get pigeonholed into being just one. Look at K. Michelle. K. Michelle always wanted to be a country artist, but she got pigeonholed into being an R&B artist. Her label told her, "Well, you're gonna give us this many R&B albums, and then we'll let you do country." Finally, she's getting to do country, what she's always wanted to do. She's never wanted to do R&B. She says, "I'm from the country. Why can't I not do country music?" We all know why K. Michelle wasn't allowed to do it, and it wasn't because she don't know how to. She couldn't sing country. We know why, but I'm not gonna say it. If you get my drift, you know why they didn't let K. Michelle do country. And so with this story, he got that in, he got the interview with the label, and the label told him, you know what, we just want you to do R&B. We want to give you a deal, but we just want you to do R&B. But the main the main character in the story, his name is Jamel Wisdom, and Jamel is that artist who's more than one genre. Like, sometimes he hit that studio and he feel like cutting an R&B song, he's gonna cut an R&B song. He might go to the studio another day, feel like country, and cut a country song. You know, it's all how he feel. He might feel pop. He might feel all these other genres. But when you're signed to a label, especially a major label, they want you to put out what they want you to put out, not what you want to put out. Yep. And so he didn't want to be pigeonholed into one genre. So he said, you know what? I'm going to create 5 different artists with me as the voice behind each artist to show the label that one person can do all these genres. But when you look at the picture of what the artists look like, of course the country artist is white, because that's what they see when people hear country. The first thing that comes to their mind is a white artist. Hip hop, you get a white artist. Of course, when you hear R&B, you think of a black person. Hip hop, you thinking of a black person. Gospel, you thinking of a black person, right? So those 5 artists, 3 are black and 2 are white. But behind all these artists is one black man named Jamel Wisdom. Yep. And he put all these songs, he wrote all these songs, sang all these songs. Of course, each song voices sound different because that's how he wanted it. He wanted each voice to sound different, but he didn't want nobody to know he was behind all of it. And so each artist, he would put out the song, get a buzz going, got people going crazy for each song he put out. And in each song, there's a thread in each song that connects all 5 artists together. And so what I did is I took those threads, put it together, and made a song. So that after the gospel artist, you will hear the song called the thread that threads all these 5 artists together. And so the next artist we're going to get into, if he is ready, the next song we're going to get into is The Lyrical Beast, and is Baptized by Fire, and is featuring the gospel artist that's in here called The Disciple.
Rebel in robes, spirit still cold. I rap for the ones that religion disown. You ain't got a bonnet alone, like a silk picks up top cars. Bigger less, can take it all. Leave the watch, just getting dead on. I curse and I'm great in the same breath. Got scriptures inked over war scars. Said I never bowed to the pulpit, but like that I lost my first dog. Yeah. Could a brain gotta burn alone? Heaven still picks up black holes. Even ashes can be home. You can rise, just give it all. I curse and I pray in the same breath. Got scriptures inked over war scars. Said I'd never bow to the pulpit, but I knelt when I lost my first dog. The flame gon' define you. You'll find you.
And that was Baptized by Fire by Lyrical Beast, featuring The Disciple, the gospel artist that we're going to get into next. And his song is called Grace Found Me.
Before I found the stage, grace found me in the silence. I was drifting in the quiet, aching for a sign, heavy with the burden, running out of time. No spotlight, no applause, no choir singing proud, just the hush between the questions where the heart cries out. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. But mercy met me where the silence grew. In the shadows of my weakness I found truth. Bound by chains I could not see, but love broke through and carried me. Grace found me, long
Alrighty, I think it's technical difficulty again. So the song is Grace Found Me, that's by the Disciple. And I know you're probably thinking the name of the Disciple, you're thinking he is a rapper. No, he's a singer using the name because he's gospel. So he wanted to go with a religious name that fits perfectly for the type of gospel artist he is. And so that was the song. We didn't get to hear the whole song. That's all right. If you want to hear all these songs, you can go to my YouTube page and go onto the playlist, and these songs will be featured on the Indie Experience Podcast playlist. So when you put in the Indie Experience Podcast in the search, it'll bring you to the playlist. And there's one for gospel, there's one for pop, and those songs will be in there. It's a hip hop, R&B, it's country, and those songs will be in there. The sixth song we're getting into ties all these songs together. It's called The Thread. And when you hear the song, you're gonna hear these words. So the thread from the country artist is this: some roads ain't dirt, but they still leave dust on your soul. From the pop artist, you're gonna hear this: even machines need a soul to power the light inside. And from the R&B artist, you will hear even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. And from the hip hop artist, truth don't sell, so I gave it away in syllables they scared to say. And for the gospel artist, before I found the stage, grace found me in the silence. So those are the threads. And each thread, when you listen to the songs, each thread is in the songs. And those threads tie those five artists together. And the song that I created is called The Thread.
Some roads ain't dirt, but they'll still leave dust on your soul. Even machines need a soul to power the light inside. Even the strongest notes tremble when played from the heart. Tooth don't sell, so I gave away in the syllables. They're scared to say before I found the stage. Grace found me in the silence. Even the story Campbell played from my heart to placer. Felt like getting away, you dissembled those shots so escaped to stay before I found the stage. Grace found me in the silence.
And that was the song, The Thread. And you see in the picture it says Jamel Wilson, Jamel Wisdom. Is because that's the name of the main character in the story. And so, since he is the artist behind all five artists, I made him the writer of the song instead of putting my name. And this last song we're going to get into in the playlist is a children's song. And I came up with this song because my nephew likes to watch Gracie, Snoop, Doggyland, and all those kids shows through YouTube, and he likes them. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna come up with my own children's song for my nephew. He's only one, so I came up with this song. It's called ABC 123 Sing with Me. So if you got kids that his age, or you got grandkids his age, this song is perfect for them. It's an R&B children's song called ABC 123 Sing with Me. ABC 123.
Yeah. ABC, come sing with me. 1, 2, 3, count joyfully. Letters, numbers are all so fun. Let's learn together one by one. A is for apples, B is for bees, C is for colors, D, dessert please. E for elephants, F for fish, G for giggles, make a wish. A, B, C, come sing with me. 1, yeah. 1, 2, 3, count joyfully. Letters, numbers, all so fun. Letters, numbers, let's learn together. One, wow. It's learn together one by one. One little bird chirping away. 2 big trains chugging today. 3 bright kites fly up so high. 4 red balloons float in the sky. Oh, A, B, C, come sing with me. 1, C with me. 1, 2, 3, count joyfully. Letters, numbers, all so fun. Let's learn together one by one. 3 bright kites fly up so high. 4 red balloons float in the sky.
And this is ABC 123 Sing with Me. So I made this song in the AI like I did all my other songs. My lyrics made it, into a song. And the name of the artist is called Jamal Maurice. I named, even though it's the AI app that I used, not a real artist, but I had to give it a name. And I named it after my two brothers who are no longer here. So the artist's name is Jamal Maurice of my two brothers who are no longer here. So this way, when people see it, they read it, they like it, and if they share it, they'll be telling people I like an AI song by an artist named Jamal Maurice, and my brother's names will be lived on forever by people saying the name. And so we're going to take a commercial break. And after the commercial break, we're going to get into our next segment, which is the spotlight. And in the spotlight, we spotlight a business, we spotlight an author, and we spotlight a music video. And in the video spotlight of the spotlight section, it is also my song, a song I wrote many years ago called 1,000 Miles. But when we come back from these commercial breaks in the business segment, I'm going to tell you about my business called Roll to Start LLC, as you see in the sign behind me. Yep, I'm going to tell you about that business.
All right, yeah, again, y'all, sorry about some of the technical difficulties tonight. We're going to get it together, don't worry. This is Road to Stardom, the indie experience featuring the music of Road to Stardom. We will be right back after these words from the Nighthawk Network. Nighthawk Network, our voices for our people.
If you're building your dream from scratch, mic in one hand, hustle in the other, this one's for you. Road to Stardom Network and Nighthawk Network present a podcast for the indie by the indie, all genres, all grinds. From hip-hop to metal, jazz to trap, we're breaking boundaries. And it's not just artists. Entrepreneurs, creatives, and self-made bosses, we see you. We're giving you the spotlight. This ain't mainstream, this is your stream. Coming soon. Be ready.
Looking for the ultimate throwback experience? Tune into Nighthawk Network Radio. Imagine jamming to classic hits and the best B-sides from your favorite artists, yes, those hidden gems you forgot you loved. We're serving up a variety of genres that'll have you singing along, from smooth R&B to those hilarious comedy bits that'll make you chuckle during your commute. Whether you're cruising down the road or relaxing at home, we've got the perfect soundtrack for you. It's like a nostalgia trip with every song. Trust me, you'll find yourself reminiscing about the good old days, right? So, why not give it a listen? Click the link to join the Nighthawk family and rediscover the music that shaped your life. You won't want to miss out.
All right, y'all, we're back like we never left. And so I'm going to tell you about my business, Roll to Stardom LLC. It didn't become official till 2020, but I've been doing it since 2010. Yes, that's when I started in radio. I did radio for 14 years, y'all. It ended in 2024. I thought I was going to make it to this year, 2025, where I would have my last hurrah in radio doing 15 years. I made it 14, which is good for an independent radio station. Not a lot of people who do radio can say they lasted independently on air for 14 years. Right? You got your major radio stations you're listening to, and you hear them say, yeah, I've been on the radio for a lot of years, but yes, somebody else's station, not your own. I've done it from beginning to end on my own station, playing nothing but the best in indie music, hence the name of the show, The Indie Experience, because I had a show on my radio station called The Indie Experience, where every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, you hear nothing but the best in indie music from indie artists all over the world. I didn't just play what we hear in America. I play across the pond, play artists from South Africa. I played it all. Rock, pop, jazz, country. You tune in, whatever day you tune in, you may hear a whole set of country, or you might hear a mixture of every genre that I play on the station. Plus some great indie artists. And how I got started in radio is I was listening to someone's show on the same platform that I used to do my station. And I was like, oh, I could do this. And then I thought about it. I said, well, I'm going to need a mic. I'm going to need all this equipment. And so I procrastinated because the platform was birthed in 2008. And that's when I was listening to these shows, different shows that was on there. But there's one particular show I was listening to. When I listened to this person's show, I said, "Oh, I could do this." And I thought of, like I said, I thought about it. So I need this equipment. I'm like, dang, how I'm gonna get all this equipment to do this? And then a friend of mine was like, "Oh, you don't need all that equipment." Friend of mine said, "You don't need all that equipment. You can use your phone. You got a landline phone, cell phone. You can use your phone." I said, "What?" And that's when I stopped procrastinating. It actually started in 2010 of August 28th of 2010 is when I started. So if you follow me on Facebook and you saw my post that said that the 28th of this year would have been my 15th year, if the platform didn't shut down, I would have done 15 years in radio. And I was looking forward to it, doing 15 years. But 14 is still good. 14 is still good. And then I transitioned from doing radio to doing an audio podcast called Speaking Freely with your girl, Msgigo. And my company is an entertainment slash media because I also dabble in doing, helping the indie artists out any way I can, not just putting them on the air through radio or like on here through a podcast. I'll help them in any way I can with their music career. So that's basically what the Road to Stardom LLC is, an entertainment slash media company. You got the podcast, had the radio station. Um, I've been doing other things, like I said, helping indie artists. And now I'm back to being visually helping indie artists with this podcast. And I'm gonna keep continuing helping the indie artists in any way I can. Even if I can't do if I wasn't able to do the podcast anymore, I still in some way will still try to help out the indie artists. So if you know any indie artists, send them my way. So now we're gonna get into the author spotlight. Yes, I do write, but I'm not an author. I am not a published author. So the published author I want to share with y'all, her name is Fontabello. Right? Her book is called For All the Things I Never Got to Say. And it says here, it says, Fontabello is a poet, artist, and activist from Harlem, New York. At age 19, she completed her bachelor's degree in economics from the University of Albany. And like I said, her book is called For All the Things I Never Got to Say. She has a website. It's fontabello.com. So it's FANTABALLO.com. I think you can order her book from there where you get 10% off. She has a one-woman show she's doing. You also go book her because she's a motivational speaker. So you can book her. If you go to the website, you can do all of that. You can, if you have TikTok, you can follow her on TikTok. I'm sorry, I don't have a picture of the I don't have a picture of her at the moment, but you can look her up if you Google her name. Her name, her name is Fonta Ballo. Yeah, and I came across her through TikTok because I was like, you know what? I don't have an author for the show. And then her video came up on TikTok, so I said, you know what? I'll give it a spotlight. I'll tell everybody about her and her book, all the things I didn't get to say. Yep. So you can check that out. I'm sure she's on Amazon. You can check that out on Amazon. If you just put in her name, if you Google it, or if you don't use Google, if you use Edge, which is Microsoft, whatever browser comes with your laptop or your phone, you use those. She'll definitely come up in your search, and then you want to check out her book. You check out her book. Go to her website, because on her website she's giving 10% off. Yep, she's giving 10% off. So now we're getting into the video spotlight. Now, before we get into this song called 1,000 Miles, I wrote this song I think early 2000s. So it could be around maybe 2005, 2006, around there. I wrote this song. And how I came up with this song is I was listening to Eric Benet's song Femininity. And that song gave me the creativity to write 1,000 Miles. Right? And when I came across the AI app where you could put your own lyrics in and it'll create a song with your lyrics, I said, let me put my lyrics in there. And I went through my lyric book, because I have a binder full of all the lyrics I wrote. And I came across that one and said, let me put this one in. I put it in, and this song came out. I shed a tear, because when you're a person who is a song, you may not be a singer, but you can write lyrics, and you hear a song that you've written, put to music, and you hear it for the first time, you're going to shed a tear. And it sounds good. It sounds like a song that could be played on the radio, that where people will want to buy the song. It made me shed a tear. And then I kept, adding more of my lyrics to this app. And so in this video spotlight, we're getting into my song I wrote years ago called 1,000 Miles. And let me know what you think in the comments of this song. Let's get into it.
I'll travel 1,000 miles to get to your love, 'cause your love is all I'm thinking of. And when I get there, I wanna be wrapped up in it like a blanket on a cold winter's night. I wanna feel your love like a summer breeze, cooling my body, 'cause it feels like you're touching all over me. Your love is all I want and need. 1,000 miles may seem long to get to your heart, but baby, it's not long for me. I've been wanting your love for so long that I will travel the ends of the earth just to get. How far do you want me to go to get your love, baby? Like a man caught in a storm, it won't discourage me, no, 'cause I'm dying for your love. I want it forevermore. 1,000 miles is a journey for everlasting love, and I'm going to take it. Your love is something I could a thousand miles, a thousand miles, a thousand miles of your love is pure ecstasy. No one's everlasting, no one's ever made me feel the way you do. And I wanna take this love further and place this rousing on your finger and make you mine for eternity. God has put me here to love you, and I'm gonna do it till the day I die. Baby, you are so special to me. I don't need no one else but you. A thousand miles, a thousand miles.
Yes, that is my song that I written in like 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. And when I wrote it, every time I look at the lyrics, I sing it. It's one of my favorites that I've written. One of my favorites. And the name that I gave the AI artist is my dad's name and my uncle's name, who's no longer here. And they are the two that really got me into music. Well, my dad more than my uncle, but them two got me into music. And so this is the way I can give them a lasting memory or a lasting, people, saying their name. Because I named the artist Robert Benjamin. My dad's name is Robert. My uncle's name was Benjamin. They both were singers. That's where I get my singing talent from my dad. I don't know if he was a songwriter, but I got that talent. But I don't know if he was, my dad and my uncle were songwriters. But my dad and uncle were in the group back in the day, the doo-wop days, called the Tellers. My dad left the group because he was the one that wanted to chase the girls, while my uncle and the rest of the group wanted to pursue their music career, and they did. They performed on the Apollo. They got a record deal with Bobby Robinson, and they was able to cut two songs: "Tears Fall from My Eyes" and "I Want to Run to You." So if you type in on YouTube the Tellers, but I think if you put the Tellers and you put doo-wop, their songs will come up. Someone posted it, and so the songs that I have, like my two brothers' names and my dad and my uncle's names, that's just to keep them alive in me in the musical way that we all love music. And the next segment we're gonna get into is, one of my favorites besides playing these great music. It's called Dropping Gems. And this is for the indie artists, or if you want to become an artist, Dropping Gems, sorry y'all, Dropping Gems is for you. Now, last week when I did a Dropping Gems, I was talking about radio stations. This time, let me talk about something totally different. So give me a minute, y'all, to pull up my gems for y'all. So let's see here. Okay, I think I shared two last time. They both were about the indie radio stations, I think. Let's see here. Well, I'm gonna share this one. If I might have shared it last week. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did, but I'm gonna drop this gem, and it's don't quit your 9 to 5 for your music career unless you have money stacked to sustain yourself while you're building. You don't want to end up like Bryson Tiller, who had Timberland telling him to quit without a backup plan. Keep working your 9 to 5 until your music career can fully sustain you. If it can't yet, use that steady paycheck to invest in your music. Going independent isn't easy, but in the end, you'll own everything you put your blood, sweat, and tears into. No one else will hold shares in your grind. You'll own 100% of your work, so stay the course. Be smart and build something that's truly yours. And I'm gonna give y'all one more. I'm gonna give you one more gem, and it says, hit the local clubs anywhere you can perform. Create your own mini intimate tour. This not only gets your name out there, but it also gives you real performance experience. So when the big tours come, you don't sleep on showcases. Sign up for them. They're they're a stage to show off your talent. And you never know who might be in the building watching you perform. Every stage is a chance to grow your fan base and sharpen your craft. So those are the two gems I'm sharing with you. I might have shared the first one last week. I don't remember. But yeah. So if in your area someone's putting on a showcase, sign up for the showcase. Right? You're trying to be a rapper, you're trying to be a singer, doesn't matter what genre you of music you perform in, you know, sign up for the showcase. If it's a hip hop and R&B showcase and you do R&B, that fits perfect. You do hip hop, that fits perfect. If you do other genres like rock, pop, or country, and there's no showcases in your area that you can perform at, create one. Create one and create it for all genres. Don't be selective on the genres. Create one, talk to your local place that has a performance space and say, I like to put on the showcase with different artists come and perform. And, if you have to charge a fee for them to step on stage to perform, so you can pay the venue that's hosting the showcase, then you do that. But if you can do it, and they don't have to pay a fee, or you have tickets printed up and people buy tickets to it and now to cover the fee, then do that. But if they don't have it for certain genres, you create it, and those people in those genres will come to your showcase because it's hard for indie artists to find places to perform because of depending on where they live at. You might live in a town where all they listen to is country, so performance places only allow country artists to perform. You might live in a place where it's just hip hop, and the performance place might only allow hip hop. You see what I'm saying? So create it yourself. Find some artists who are willing to sign up to show up their talent. Yep, maybe one episode I'll do that. Maybe one of the episodes will be a showcase episode where it doesn't matter what genre you're in, you'll come on here and show your talent and let people know where they can go listen to your music. If you got any music to purchase, where they can purchase it as well. You got merchandise, whatever it is. I might do an episode like that. Excuse me, y'all. So I appreciate you as always for tuning in to the Indie Experience podcast. This is episode number 4 where I featured my music. Let me know in the comment section in the YouTube if you liked what you heard with the music. If you follow me on Facebook, you can always send me a message. Let me know what you thought of the music. is I would appreciate y'all feedback. And I probably would do another episode like this where I feature more of my music that I have written throughout the years. And next episode 5, I think I'm going to have my indie rock artist named Msgigo come on to tell you about his new music that he has out. That's who. So we will have a guest on the podcast with episode 5, and they will tell you about their music. Yes. So the artist I'm trying to get will be indie rock artist named Uzima. He spells his name Yuzima. You can look him up through all the streaming platforms to listen to his music if you want to take a listen. If I get him on the show, he will tell you all about his creativeness. And that is it for the Indie Experience podcast. I appreciate y'all always for tuning in. Keep rocking with your girl because I'm going to keep giving you great shows. I'll see you next week. Peace, everybody.